Hello, so in today's video we're going to cover some on-page SEO factors such as where to place your keywords within titles, descriptions, etc. And just some of the minor details as it relates to putting your content onto your website pages. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so to get started, I've pulled up an article that I have on my website here, just so I can use this as an example to show you what are some of the most important points when it comes to your on-page or on-site SEO. All right, so first thing, the title. Probably one of the most important parts of your page is the title. So whatever the keyword is that you're going after, you should try and include it in your title. Now, you don't always have to have the keyword be exact. Google is smart enough to recognize the keyword in different phrases, for example, in your title. But I have found that it does help to keep it as exact as possible to whatever keyword research you've been doing and what you can find in terms of tools telling you what are the exact search terms that people are using. So try and use that exactly. Sometimes it doesn't work out grammatically, so you have to be creative and use the keyword slightly differently. Right, so the first thing you want to do is you want to have your keyword in the title, and then you also want your keyword to be contained within at least the first paragraph or first 100 words or so on the page, right? So like, for example, here we've got digital marketing, with actually healthcare digital marketing is the keyword here, and you can see it is displayed both here and here, right? And then lower down on the content, you'd probably want to include your keyword at least once, maybe twice, on some subheadings like we have here, right? And then it's also a good idea if you have any images such as I've got here, right? And you've got, if you just go to the image, and if I go here and I take a look at the settings of this image, see, in this case we haven't done it, but you can include the keyword within the alt text. Now this alt text is basically text that gets shown to anyone who has some sort of a visual disability and they're using special features on their browser to make the browser read what the content on the page is to them. So this has been reported to help for search engine optimization. So you can try that and include that as the alt text in your article. Now, or page, right? Obviously this applies to articles and pages as well. Now, obviously you can naturally talk about your keyword within the content. Don't try and just stuff it in. It needs to be natural, right? Your article needs to make sense. If a real human being reads it, they need to understand it, and it should be useful, right? And valuable. It needs to be good, valuable content. Now, the next place that you want to have your keyword in is, if I click on view post here, for example, I'll show you here in the top. So you want your keyword in the URL of your page or article if possible, right? It doesn't have to be only the keyword. It can be the keyword in combination with some other text. And this example is really just the keyword in here. You want it to be present there if possible. Then the next thing, every website page or article has what we call a meta title or description, right? Now, depending on your website setup and plugins and stuff that you use, this will be located in different places. I use a plugin here called Rank Math, which if I click on this little button here and I click here on edit snippet, I can now see an example of what my site will look like when it appears on Google. And here, this over here is the meta title, and this down here is the meta description. All right. And you'll see here, I've got a meta title filled in here, which does contain the keyword, and also the description also contains the keyword. So you want to try and include the keyword in both of these if possible. All right, so that's from the editing perspective of your site and creating pages. Those are the key places you want to include your keywords that you want to target with your article. That doesn't mean necessarily that Google will always favor your page or article for those keywords. You might actually be favored for similar keywords or related keywords in the end. But obviously, when you're creating your content, you do so with the intent to rank for specific keywords, and then you need to include them wherever you can. Right, and then one last thing that is important, and I spot this on some websites, is if you look on the front side of the site, your title, the main title, should be in what is called an H1 tag. So the way I can find that out is I can highlight it and I can click on inspect, right? And then I can make this a little bit bigger, and you'll see here my title is wrapped in this little HTML tag here that says H1, and then it closes off again with a closing tag there. So this is good. This means that Google will look at the content on here and it will realize that, okay, this is the main title of my page or article, and then know to look through that title to see if it can find any keywords of importance, and it will use this when considering how to rank my article in the results. All right, so that's an important thing. Sometimes this isn't set up correctly on websites, so definitely check that on your own website. And then obviously any of your subtitles, so your subheadings, they can be, let's just take a look here, they can be H2 or H3 or H4, it doesn't really matter which ones, but they should be wrapped in heading tags or H tags. That's for best practice. And that's basically it. From an on-site perspective, when you're creating your content, these are the factors you want to look for. And I hope this was helpful.